All right, what's up, Aquarius? So today we're going to be doing your next phase reading. We're going to see what you're being called to next. What does it look like for you? Actions needed, and maybe even get a little message from Spirit. I've already pre-shuffled the deck and cleansed the space, so we can go ahead and get right into it. All right, what is Aquarius being called to next? What is Aquarius being called to next? Oop. Ooh. Oh God. Okay. Oh right. Oh, I'll take them then. All right. There's a lot of cards, but I'll take them. I'll take all six. That's all right. All right. I'm sorry if them not being straight irks your nerves. Alright, Three of Swords, Nine of Staves, Three of Staves, the Judgment card, Emperor card, and the Nine of Cups. Okay. So, your next phase for you, Aquarius. Ooh. Wow, you don't know where to focus. Your focus is spread out. Yeah. And more too, it's like it's not even like a bad thing. It's very stressful and chaotic, but for you, it's going to feel like business as usual. But this next phase is just it's a lot of juggling, it's a lot of management, it's a lot of you're kind of being spread thin. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a stressful phase for you. Um so cuz you're juggling your relationship, your like romantic relationships, you're juggling your own passions and hobbies and wants, you're juggling emotional trauma and wounds that are kind of coming up. You're dealing with your community, whether that's your workspace or just your home space or like just like whatever community that you identify with. And then you're also dealing with just it's yourself. Like you're battling yourself a little bit. So ooh, ooh, and it's weird because like not all of them are happening all at once, but yet they are. It's like when you're dealing with one thing, like nothing else is happening. But as soon as you're done or even moving out of the space of dealing with one thing, you don't really have a space to breathe before you're dealing with the next. So it's like, let's say you're spending your weekends with your significant other. As soon as Monday hits, you're dealing with your community. And as soon as you go home for Monday, you're dealing with your own trauma and stuff. And in order to deal with your trauma and stuff, you're going back to your hobbies and skills. But then every time you do that, it's like something kind of happens where you're like, okay, this needs to get developed even more. And because of that calling of like, I want to do this more, then it goes back to you dealing kind of battling with yourself in a sense of your mind's like, okay, I need to give something up. Should I give up my family? Should I give up my romantics? Should I give up this hobby that makes me happy? Should I give up this community that's making me feel successful? Like, is it everything has a positive aspect, but it's like when that moment where you finally get that chance to kind of be alone, you're dealing with this overwhelming sense of just stress and feeling very drained, and then only for it to kind of restart all over again. And so it's like a cycle that you're kind of going on, a repetitive cycle. And it's like you don't know when it's going to end, and you don't know how. You don't even know if you're feeling like, do I have you, you're kind of going between like, do I need to give something up, or do I need to stick it out? Do I need to like, maybe it's just me that's having a problem? Like, I'm the problem in this, and it's like I should just suck it up and deal with it, and nobody needs to really know what I'm going through because this is all my fault. It's like so much is happening. You have no, like, you don't even have the mental space to even think about like any other less drastic action. In a sense, it's like you're not thinking about, okay, maybe if I communicate to my partner of like, hey, I don't have feel like I have a lot of time to myself. It's okay if maybe we reschedule. You're not even thinking about that. It's like if I reschedule, that means I'm ending this relationship. I don't want to end this relationship. And even at work, it's like maybe if I take a PTO off, or even just maybe if it's an unpaid PTO, or just anything like take a break. But in your mind, it's like if I take a break out of this, I'm gonna get fired. If I take a break from this community, they're not gonna let me back into this community. Um, Even when it comes to your trauma and stuff, it's like it's you going back and forth. Okay, I need to deal with this, but like I don't have the energy to deal with this. But if I don't deal with this, it's going to affect everything else going on. But if I do deal with this, it's still going to affect everything else going on. I'm not going to be the same. It's like you're stressed the fuck out. This next phase is going to be a lot heavy for you. Okay, let's pull more cards on this because I feel like You need a little bit of help, Aquarius. Okay. Let's see. What does Spirit wants you to do about this next phase? What actions are recommended or needed from... Jeez, that felt like one card, but that was three. Whoa. All right, you got the Three Cups, the Stars card, and the Five of Coins. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. Communication. It's definitely, you need to communicate. You definitely need to share what you're going through with somebody else. Even if it's a stranger, a therapist, or your romantic partner, or even the community that you're in, you need to share this. You need to share what's going on. You need to share your stresses, your worries, what's overwhelming you. You need to share. You need to get this off. You need to kind of open your world a little bit more. Yes, you have been living and sharing your world, but you haven't really let anybody into your own world. And it's kind of calling out for you to do that. So, because you will be offered support once you do that. This is all a lesson for you. This whole phase is a lesson for you. It's a hard one because I feel like you guys are not comfortable with sharing your hard times with people. You're not comfortable with letting others see you sweat, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, you I feel like you guys have that mentality of like, don't let anybody ever see you sweat. Don't ever let anybody see you struggle. You know, because it's like, if anybody sees me struggle, they're gonna think I'm weak, or they think I'm not capable, or they think I'm just not gonna be good enough. And it's like, you don't want anybody doubting your capabilities. You don't want anybody doubting you in general. But this is not going to be the case. Once you start sharing just how much you're going through with somebody that you trust, you're going to be surprised with the amount of support that you're going to be offered. You're going to be amazed by the amount of just community effort that's going to be put into you and poured into you. Because I feel like you're so used to pouring into others and not expecting any of the same, or just not. And I say not expecting. I don't even. It's like almost in a pessimistic way. It's like, oh, nobody ever is going to show up for me the way I show up for them, and that's okay. I accepted that. And you should. And it's like Spirit's asking you to change your mindset and to challenge that notion. It's challenging you to really reach out for help and support and for love and community, because I feel like you're going to be really surprised about what is going to be offered to you in return. It's going to help you really change your mindset too, about how you're going to maneuver these hard moments in your life from this point forward once you do. And it's like, it's not giving you much any other homework except for reach out and ask for help, because that's already a big enough assignment for you, I feel like, which is understandable, because I struggle with that too, asking for help or reaching out for help, because it's hard. But Spirit's really asking for you to really rely on others, and to really kind of like, if you even have to look at it of the mindset of like collecting what's due, look at it that way, because you have offered a lot to other people. You have changed a lot for people. You have helped a lot of other people, and now it's kind of time for it to be returned to you. And so allow people to kind of have the opportunity to repay their debt to you. If you have to look at it that way, look at it that way, because right now you're in a position where this support is needed, because what you're going through is a lot. It's a lot. And so Spirit is really wanting you to really reach out, whether it's to your work community, to your significant other, to your family, to a therapist, to an outside source that you can trust. Please, because that will help you monumentously. Yeah. Okay. What is something that needs to be understood about this phase? What is something that needs to be... Oh God. Okay, we're gonna reshuffle that. It's the curse of having small hands and big cards. All right, let me reshuffle these real quick. All right. What was the question I was asking? Oh, something that needs to be understood. Something that needs to be understood about this phase. Okay. Something needs to be understood about this phase. One more. Oh, God damn it. Okay. We're going to keep that too. And then I got to reshuffle these again. Okay, Temperance card and the Vagabond card, which is basically the full card. Okay, yeah. So something needs to be understood about this phase is that it is just a phase. This overwhelming sense, and I feel like it has kind of been going off and on for you. Like it's been moments where you like things have kind of calmed down, and then they kind of picked up again, and then they started doing that spiral of like, okay, this is a lot going on, I can't handle it, and kind of calm down a little bit, and then it'll speed back up and like into that mindset again. Um, it's kind of have been repeating that way on purpose because you haven't reached out for help yet. You haven't reached out for support yet. And it's going to continue doing that until you do reach that point where you do reach out for help and receive that help. Because yeah, that's also the second part of it. You have to accept the help. That's the second part to that. That's a very important part to that as well. You have to not only reach out for the help, but you also have to be able to receive that help and be able to accepting of that help. That's one thing I feel like a lot of people don't empathize when they say, "Oh yeah, you need to ask for help, ask for help." Especially if you're someone who's not used to asking for help, it's now having to go to that second trial of like, okay, now I have to accept the help. Now I kind of have to relinquish my control over this and let the help happen and let the help help. Because that's also like a struggle point, right? Because you're so used to dealing with everything yourself. You're so used to being in control of everything yourself. And now having somebody else come in and be like, okay, I'm helping with this. I'm taking over this part. It can be simple as like, okay, I'm going to be cooking you dinner every night. And now relinquishing that control of like, okay, I'm not in control of the menu. I'm not in control of what I'm eating. I'm not in control of how much season is on it. I'm not in control of my portions anymore. And is accepting that help and not getting frustrated with that help because it's not the way you usually do it. And just having to accept, you know what? I'm not the one no longer doing it. I don't have to worry about it anymore. It's that kind of process of that. That's going to be a little bit hard, but that's something that needs to be understood about that as well. And mainly too is like I said, this phase is going to continue happening until you kind of learn the lessons of this help phase and learning to rely on your community. And because obviously too, it's like it also shows too, if you cannot trust the community that you're around or you cannot trust the partner that you're with to help you, then maybe they're not really right for you, right? If you know that your difficulty asking for help comes from within yourself and not because of the other person, that's one thing. But if you know that your lack of trust to ask for help from this person or community because there's something within you that tells you that knows that they wouldn't be offering or even really willing to help you, that tells you another thing too about maybe this community or this person isn't really what's right for me. So take what resonates with the rest behind, but for some of those that might connect, and for some of you that just might not, be the case at all. Um, but very much so, it's like this is very much a lesson for you. It's going to keep repeating until you learn it. It's going to keep happening until you learn to kind of ask how to ask and how to accept help from other people. Okay. Is there a message from spirit? Oh, there's four. Cool. All right, got the Nine of Coins, the Sun card, the Nine of Cups. Oh, sorry, King of Cups, and the Seven of Coins. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Message from spirit. Yeah, they're frustrated a little bit. Not anything that you've done. They're like it's like it's like how a mother and a child dynamic is kind of like it's like a mother can only it's like especially if the child's going through like a teenage phase, it's like and like the mother knows like this is gonna blow up in your face, do it the other way, but like it's also knowing like no matter what the mother says, the child's gonna do what the child wants to do. And the child has to learn the lesson through their own experience. And so it's kind of spirit just having to sit back and kind of just like kind of grit their teeth and just kind of like and watch you go through it and watch you kind of struggle, but also knowing that it's the only way that you're going to learn. It's the only way that you're going to grow. Is like they can tell you to the blue in the face about what the right steps are, but until you go through it yourself, you're not really going to see it that way, and they know it. So for them, it's like they don't want to see you struggle this way. They don't want to see you have to go through these stages, but they also know it is what's needed, and that you are your own person, and that you the type of person that you are. Um, you're going to do it the way you're going to do it. And so they know that the only end of the day they can only support you and support your decisions, which they are, 100% are, but it's still very painful for them to having to see you go through this. So I feel like your spirit guides definitely, you definitely have a lot of ancestors in your spirit team, a lot of blood relations in your spirit team, because there's a lot of love, there's a lot of affection, but there's also a lot of understanding that they have for you. Um, but yeah, they very much, they just want you to, they want you to know it's like they wish you would have done it a different way, but they also accept the way that you're doing it. They accept your pacing, they accept everything that you are about it. um, but it's still very much in their mind. It's just like, but if you ever feel the moment where you let me, if you want me to let, if you let me take control, I will. Just let me know. I'm here for you. But they're definitely not at any way or shape or form forceful with it. There's a lot of mutual respect. But whatever, what needs to be understood though about this, what message they want to really communicate to you is that this phase isn't going to last forever. If you do accept the help and you do accept the notion of asking for help, this phase will not last, and it will kind of, your life will get easier in a sense. Your management of life will get easier. You'll be able, with this help, you'll be able to think with a more clear and level head, and not just think about all the drastic consequences, but more of like realistic consequences and effects and benefits of each decision. And because you'll be able to think in a more clear-headed and level mind, you'll be able to work out everything that you're going through. You'll be able to work out and kind of put your schedules in perspective and create your energy in a more balanced place and put your vibration at a higher level. It's just right now until you kind of start that lesson of help and building upon your community and a more two-way street, instead of you always being the one to kind of pour into others, or you always being the one to help others but now receiving. You're going to have an easier time maneuvering and balancing every aspect of your life, especially um, with this judgment card, with your dealing with your emotions and trauma. That's something that's going to come more out to the forefront once you start being able to deal with every external issue. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you resonated, have somebody connect your energy. Feel free to like and subscribe. I do offer personal readings. I left the link down below in the description box. But all in all, I really just hope that you were able to enjoy the reading, and that there was something or some aspect about this reading that was able to be connecting or helpful to you. And as always, I appreciate the love and support that you guys are showing me this far. Um, it really means a lot. But I hope to see you guys again for the next reading, and I hope you guys have a great day. All right, bye.